Okay, we're on the air, everyone, just so you know it. I watched some of our committees before they knew they were on it. It was on the air.
More inches of rain on Saturday.
I had 3 inches of rain this last rainfall.
All underwater and ragged.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the April 3rd, 2025 Lenawee County Board of Commissioners Accounts Payable Meeting. Call the meeting to order and ask for approval of the minutes of March 20th, 2025.
So move.
Support.
I have a motion by Commissioner Martis, supported by Administrator Murphy. Is there any additions or corrections? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying yes.
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 Opposed, no. Motion carried. We'll review accounts and we'll start with the run on 325.
I had nothing on this run.
I am on page 4, Paul, under emergency management, and there's a bunch of stop grant support for $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, and like we're paying out.
Yes, we are getting the stop grant in, and then we are paying this consultant or each educational place for different security trainings.
Okay. So who would we be paying those to?
Navigate 360, I believe.
That's the company that does the training?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. On page 6, under public defenders, so are public defenders employees of the county?
Yes, they are.
Okay, so they do go to conferences and we do.
Yeah, the Public Defender's Office was created maybe 8 years ago, 7 years ago, something like that. And yes, they're across the street in the annex and they are all county employees.
Okay, I thought they maybe were contracted.
The only contract work that we do are for the conflict attorneys. When we have a case that comes in that may have multiple defendants and the Public Defender's Office cannot defend all of them, it creates a conflict. And so we have to bring on other attorneys through a contract to pay for that representation. And that on the criminal side of the house is what we have the MIDC grant for. You know, it assists not only in those conflict attorneys, but it does also help support the costs that we have with the actual public defender attorneys. So they help reimburse us for some of those costs also.
Very good. Thank you.
Mhm.
If I may.
Yep.
Did we create the public defender's office or was that a state law?
The state indicated that the Public Defender's Office, they wanted the counties to start creating those offices. We got out ahead of the curve. We created our Public Defender's Office prior to it being required.
Thank you.
Yep.
On page 7, I take it these highly expensive Tahoes for $18,000 to Adrian Sign Shop. That's for more than just signage.
Yes, that's the installing of like the spotlights, the push
Overhead
bars,
bars.
and then several things inside the vehicles as well.
Gotcha.
It's quite
And on,
Commissioner.
yeah, sorry.
When we're looking at the capital plan, because those will be coming before you this year again, when you see the vehicle that is going to be requested, you'll also see something called upfitting. And that's what this is. So as the vehicles come in, there's an upfitting cost, which includes all of the equipment, technology, and signage.
Very good. Thank you.
Mhm.
And just a couple down from there, 9983 Axon Enterprises, Fleet 3 Advanced Renewal and Cradle Point Upgrade Kit for 34,000.
Yes, this is I believe they're special modems inside the trunks of the vehicles so that they can communicate with other police officers, different municipalities.
Oh,
And order to, in case anything happens to conventional communication lines.
And so that's for more than just one unit.
Yes.
Okay. Good. That's all I have on that particular run. So we will now go, anybody else have anything on run 325? Okay, thank you, everyone. So we're now going to the 4-3 run.
I only have one. It's on page 6. You see Veterans Affairs, bottom line, Conway shut off past due for $2,300.
Yes, this was a veteran, someone that they determined to be in need, to
Got
get
it.
this assistance from the veteran.
Understood.
Must have done for,
Just for clarification, those are paid from the Veterans Relief Fund and not from general fund.
Sure.
must have been a few months on that one, huh? 23.
As a landlord, I can go on at length about how long it takes to run up a bill like that.
I'm- One on page 2. Kaminsky Thomas pesticide application test reimbursement, $130.
Yes, this was a test for a specific, to get a specific
Licensure.
licensure, yes. And it was paid by the employee themselves. And
And then we reimburse.
yes, and then we're reimbursing him for that test that he
So
took.
it's something that he needs for his employment. Okay.
In order for us to be able to do proper pesticide applications, the employee needs to be licensed and trained in that, or trained and licensed, I should say, within that area of specificity. So he went ahead and got that training and licensure. So we're reimbursing him for that cost.
Perfect. Thank you. And then on page 5, we paid Saginaw County Probate Court for attorney fees.
Yes, if we have a case that is a Lenawee County case that's being held in Saginaw, we, instead of sending a lawyer up there for an individual, we will use their public defenders and then basically pay them back that cost.
Oh, okay. Yes. And Assistant Administrator, Deputy Administrator, Elio.
Frequently, if somebody is started into an MI case and they are sent to another institution outside of Hickman Hospital for assistance, they have to have a hearing within so many days. And so those hearings take place throughout the state of Michigan. However, the county in which the resident is a resident of, that's the county responsible for the costs associated with it.
Okay, very good. Thank you. And then under public defenders, I think I've asked this before, Brian Fry, a significant conflict case, but it's a number of cases, right?
Yes, yes, that is a significant number of cases.
You had something,
No,
Commissioner?
Thank you.
On page 6, thought this was a little different. Dispatch blankets, fleece dispatch blankets for $540.
So we reached out to dispatch regarding this. They had an issue where the employees were needing blankets in order to basically be comfortable in their workspace, and it was determined that it looked less professional than if all of them were uniform, so they wanted everything to be uniform.
Is this the same space where we're have had ongoing HVAC issues?
Yes, it is the same space.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, this keeps them warm, huh?
So depending on the time of the year that you have, right now, obviously, we're in a cooler season and the room is a little bit cooler for all the equipment. And apparently the employees have been bringing in their own blankets and such to keep themselves warm. And so the director opted to purchase blankets that were more uniform in nature so that it looked better.
Professional, okay.
Mhm.
And if it
All right.
buys us a couple more years and not having to fix the HVAC system, it could be a real benefit, right?
It might not
It's only in the winter time. The
Okay.
summertime is where we had the problem, and we really did. We had
Yeah.
the system for dispatch did go down. It was very uncomfortable in the rooms. It did create an issue with the multiple screens and the technologies that they have on their desks. And so, yeah, the system that we just talked about was a backup system for that particular office.
And I can imagine in the winter because they do have to keep the room cooler, so yeah. Well, good, okay. Yeah, I wasn't the only one that questioned that, thank you. That's all I had. Does anybody else have anything else on that run?
I don't.
Okay, if not, a motion would be in order to approve and pay the vouchers.
So moved.
Support.
I have a motion by Commissioner Martis, supported by Administrator Murphy. Discussion. Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying yes.
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 Opposed, no. Motion carried. Is there any other business to be brought before the Accounts Payable Committee? Commissioner Martis.
I had emailed Kim and Paul about, and I think Carissa about wanting a screenshot of the AP stuff how did you guys decide to do that then? I don't remember.
What we're going to be doing is in your Board of Commissioner packet in front of the AP minutes, there's going to be an action request form that'll be there. Since those are the only minutes that require action of the full board, we thought it made the most amount of sense to put a request form in there, and it will detail the requests that you had. So in totality, the minutes of the attached meetings were this amount being general fund, and therefore you're asking for approval.
Perfect. Thank you.
Mhm.
Takes care of it.
Yep.
Any other business? Hearing none, public comment?
Now's your chance, Terry.
Or Dustin? Hearing none, a motion to adjourn would be in order.
So moved.
Support.
A motion by Commissioner Mars, supported by Administrator Murphy. All those in favor signify by saying yes.
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 Opposed, no. We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone, for your attention and your attendance.